All right, y'all, I am in Tennessee. Got the boat with me. So I'm waiting in the pickup line. I met Brandon, Tennessee Hunting Adventures. We were at the Buckmaster Classic in Alabama. We just hit it off, and like 2 weeks ago, he calls me and he's like, hey, you wanna go hunt? And I was like, sign me up. So I booked a plane and he's like, I'll come get you at the airport. So here I am. We made it, never hunted Tennessee. It's gonna be a fun trip, stick around, we're gonna have some fun. If you know the channel, you know that we embraced the Lucky 13 right there. Hole 13, what are the odds? So yeah, I'll just be right here, like closest to the actual building. I can see there's like 3 lanes. Look at this personal curbside service. You think we'd be able to fit all this crap in there?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you probably put that down and we can put that on top, right?
The seatlets.
And then this can go in the back. I'll say, my wife has a Bronco Sport, so we're good at putting a lot of stuff in a small space. Oh man, I don't want to make you ride in the back. All right, y'all. I made it to Tennessee. I had a welcoming party. I've never been welcomed so much in my life. This is Brandon. He's afraid of the camera. He's camera shy, but I'm going to put him on the spot all the time. We met, when did we meet? August? July?
August in Montgomery.
Either way, it was a couple months ago, and they were like 2 booths down from us, and you know me, I had to go talk to everybody, and we just hit it off. And like 3 weeks ago, he just messaged me and was like, hey, come hunting with me. And I was like, okay, like you don't say no to that, right? So he just started this outfitting business. It's called Tennessee Hunting Adventures, and this is really y'all's first year getting going. It is. So he's been hunting his whole life. They've had this property forever, but now he wants to turn that passion and love of hunting into something he can share with everybody else, which is awesome. We were talking about on the way here, there are outfitters that aren't hunters. They're just trying to make money off hunters. So that's not what you're going to get here. So we're going to have a fun time. I have to unpack all my crap. They were kind of surprised at everything I have, but it was not much, I promise you. And again, at the airport, it was 50 pounds on the dot. I didn't go over. I wasn't going to pay that $100 fee. So we're going to have a good time. And to get unpacked, he did promise me margaritas. Didn't you? I got to get me a margarita.
This is where my drill was.
It's a big chunk. Okay, yeah.
So yeah, it goes from here to here, around. And then this is where we're at right now.
You know, if you can see this is some crooked property lines. I do think Onyx is huge, especially even if you come, you know, with an outfitter or something. That way you know you're on the property. Of course, you'll never want to get off. You want to stay where he tells you, but it's always good to have. Yeah, that's a good one there. Just a little one. That's the tiniest drop I've ever seen. But hey, it's a drop. I've never shot a drop tine. So I come all the way out here to Tennessee for my first time to hunt, and this is what I got to deal with. Look at these ladybugs, y'all, like crazy. No, it's just, we had ladybugs bad 2 years ago, the same thing at our house. But check this out. I even like the camo couches. You got to have camo couches.
Yeah, we locked them. We really locked the couches, didn't we?
I'm ready, so I'm just going to be scared in here all by myself. You want to be on camera?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh.
This one here,
It don't bother me.
she loves being on camera.
It don't bother me. Brandon.
She's camera-genic. Brandon's a little camera shy, so I think he'll get over it, though. We're going to have a good time. I always like when someone's afraid to be on camera. I was that person. Now, obviously, I had to get over it, so it'll be fun. The bird. That's the nicest mural I've ever seen in a Walmart. I've never seen that before. In the big town of Pulaski, guys. Got a good hunting aisle. So we were talking about every Walmart has a different hunting aisle. This is a good one. You know there's a lot of deer when there's a good hunting aisle. So you know you came to the right place, because he already called me and asked me last week if I like margaritas. That's not even a question, right? So here we are, a little Mexican restaurant. Every town I've ever been in has a Mexican restaurant, pizza restaurant, and Chinese restaurant. So we're gonna try this out. My first Mexican in Tennessee. All right, y'all, it is the first morning in Tennessee. This is officially the first time I've ever hunted in Tennessee. I've been covered up with deer all morning. Got here pretty early. I like to get in here early. Just setting up this camera takes a lot of time. So got settled in, got quiet, and instantly I could hear deer walking behind me. Acorns are raining down, raining. He put me on a ridge here. I'm sitting up on the peak, and it drops way down into a bottom in front of me and back behind me. You see to my left, got just a clearing. It's got clear cut up here. They came right out in the middle of it feeding. So most of his stands are set up for north wind, south wind. I told him, throw me in there if you've been seeing deer over there. Soaked myself in nose jammer. And I had this yearling come up just 15 yards from me. You could see she was sniffing around, but couldn't figure it out. I love this nose jammer. We're going to hang tight. We're going to hope the movement picks up even more. Stays steady anyway. Maybe I can start to see some antlers on these deer. Just never know. It's pre-rut phase. It's a cool morning. Not cold, just cool. A little windy, but I like the wind. I can move around a little bit more, but the deer can also sneak up on you, so see what happens. Brandon sat last night and he saw 19 deer, one of them being a shooter. I saw 2 deer this morning, super slow. Literally didn't see my first deer until 9:50. One little buck. He was cruising, which he's kind of like in that pre-rut cruise phase. You could just tell. I'm going to hop in the stand Brandon was at. He's going to kind of go around the corner. He's seen this shooter buck, he said, what did he say, like 6 out of 10 times sitting there. So he almost sees this deer every time. So obviously it's this buck's core area. So we're hoping he's going to be over there. Maybe he come out and give me a shot. If not, he's going to head over to Brandon and give him a shot. So get loaded up. We're going to get out of here and see if we can't make it finally happen. Check out this old house. Freaking neat, huh? Talking about old. You can see the front porch. Little pillars. It'd make for a good ground blind, huh? If the deer would come down. So we're going up on this hill. We're gonna go around the hill here. This is where that big shooter, he said. He sat here like 10 times and seen him 6 out of 10 times. Saw him last night right before dark, so I'm gonna slip in here, get in the stand, get quiet, and wait till right before dark. Hopefully we can make it happen on this big guy. He's a good one. Sucker's steep. He's got me up on a hill. Look at this view, Al. Beautiful, huh? So pretty here. You see this big kind of holler, this big flat spot below me, and then it's that beautiful big ridge up there. Leaves are starting to change. Freaking awesome. All right, y'all. It is pretty windy up here on this hill, but you see behind me. So it slopes down from where I came from, and then behind me. So this thing's tucked in here. So what he's got going on, wait for them to come right along that edge or work out here in the front. So it's going to be like on it. So I got to be paying attention to the sun more than I normally do. All right, y'all. We just got tucked in here. Brandon's been hunting this deer for a while now. I know last year, I'm pretty sure this year, he said he just, every time he sees him, he goes the other way or a doe blows at him or something. So we are tucked on the side of this giant hill. As you can see, I mean, look at this right here. Beautiful. It's like 1,000 yards away, guys. Even if I didn't see a deer tonight, the view here is incredible. Since he's got this deer kind of pegged, he's tucked way in here. We've really only got a shot directly in front of us, probably 30 plus, out to 50, maybe 60. But if you look, there's a hill out in front of me. So these deer are almost going to be at eye level, even though I'm 20 foot up in this tree. We're just going to get quiet, sit tight. Hopefully this buck makes another appearance and he comes this way. Fingers crossed.
light blowing across, the deer should come out in front of me and like behind the camera, but every now and then I get this puff on my left cheek and I can feel it pushing it. Since it's such a big hill, if these deer are bedded on the other side, my scent could, even if it goes that way, go over the top and over them. It's hard to say. I've got my little scent wafers out. It's like fresh dirt. And I did see a squirrel fall, which was pretty funny because he hit the tree, or he hit the ground like 40 feet, hit the ground and just ran back up the tree. If I fell 4 feet, I wouldn't be getting up that quick. Never mind 40. All right, y'all, 5 o'clock on the dot. These deer usually weren't coming out in this field till 5:30. Luckily, I was paying attention. Got 6 does feeding down in the bottom. They all came out on the other side of this big hump where I can't see. So all of a sudden, I just saw tips of ears. So that big buck usually comes out with these does, or when the does start moving anyway, they come out first, then he comes out. So we have a solid hour 10 before dark. So it gives me hope that he may get up on his feet way earlier today. If he does, we just have to hope he comes this way.
Well, y'all, I thought last night it was going to happen. As you saw, tons of does came out right at dark. It was when that big buck is coming out. So I was ready. And I see movement. I got excited. And it was a coyote. And that was the end of the hunt. So, but we know that that buck possibly could have came out and just went on the other side of that hill, right there where those does had come from. You know, you could just see their ears popping up. So can't see over the other side. So we're going to go dig a climber out of his vault. Pretty sure he says a tree lounger, which I have not sat in a tree lounger in years. So we're going to go throw that up on the other side of that hill, see if we can't slip in there again tonight. Them does come out the same way they did. Hopefully that buck will be behind them, and I'll get a shot. I was sitting right there last night. All of the deer you couldn't see were right here. You see how it kind of does this and berms up? So I know there was some deer. Those deer were actually probably traveling over there and coming down. So that there's no telling what came right along this edge out of these woods. So I think we're gonna get up in that tree right there. Hope he comes out from up here and eases this way. So we're gonna get the ancient climber up. Hopefully I don't die when we get it done on this deer. What year is this stand, you think? Like a
Probably a
90s? Yeah, so we're gonna go with a model 98 here. It was a good year for this stand. But hey, I mean, these things are made out of solid metal. If they're kept in, you know, under cover, they're fine. So we're gonna give it a whirl. I'm gonna have my safety vest on and we're gonna make this thing happen. Yep, I'm gonna need more. Sucker just fits. That's the last hole. The last pin, guys. It's a big tree. Wrap this before. So this thing is rickety. It's got me up here. Look at that view. So if they come anywhere that they were down this hill, I'll be good. go. This is where it's gonna happen. Look how steep this is going. Alright, so we just hung that climber and we're gonna drive over here. He's gonna show me when I was filming last night. You saw that big hill I was talking about way on the other side. That's where we're at now. I know it's hard to tell on camera. This shit is steep. They were just talking about he bush hogs this stuff. There's no way I would bush hog this. You can see like where we just were was pretty steep. This is like straight up, like a ramp. Steep enough you had to put on four-wheel drive. We were just down by that barn. It's just steep coming down. I feel like the butthole hunter factor. He's used to this, I'm not. We don't have this in Foothills. All right, y'all, just got back from the stand, got all changed. I just wanted to show you real quick the lodge, just a little house they have here on the property. Awesome washer dryer. You gotta have that when you're at deer camp. That way you gotta wash your clothes every so often, especially if it's hot. You know, you get a little sweaty, but in general, trying to layer up can be tough and you're gonna sweat if that's that in between. So here is my home away from home, full of all my crap I got unpacked. Double bunk beds. Full kitchen, table, camo couches, internet TV. So we've got a bedroom here, turn that on, 3-bedroom, and there is the bathroom. Come down this hallway, you've got another bathroom, and another room with the same big bed, little bed, bunk beds. So really good setup. It's everything you need. It's literally 200 yards from one of the stands he had me, and I saw a bunch of deer. So you are on the property when you're here. It's not like you're having to drive 30 minutes. So, which is nice. If you're gonna hunt close, you can sleep in a little bit, get that extra little bit of sleep. It never hurts.
Kendall and I, we were talking about it, and we were gonna say a little prayer and get his Halloween buck tonight.
Oh, the Halloween buck.
Yes, so you have to get it tonight.
So Kendall and Taylor's orders, I have to get this buck tonight.
Yes. Yes, tonight.
After this, all the chasing we've been doing, setting this sketchy ass stand up, I feel like this is the closest to dying I've ever been in a tree stand, but we're gonna hope it pays off. I'm looking over my shoulder right now and it looks black. So as difficult as it's been, as long as it doesn't rain. Well, Kendall K, you have fun tonight at Halloween trick-or-treating, okay?
And we love you. Good luck.
Love you too. Oh, it's such a beautiful Barbie. Daddy's going as a hunter tonight. A retro hunter, because I'm in the 1997 climber. Miss Kendall K is going as Barbie tonight, and I'm missing it. So this needs to be worth it. This buck better show up after all this work.
So that's not good. It's like 50-mile-an-hour winds, and the temperature dropped like 20 degrees. You know what that means? It's gonna rain. Dang it, and I'm stuck up here. There's no way I can get down because I'm in a climber. It takes too long to get down, so I'll hunker in behind this tree, throw the camera back in my bag, and hope it goes by and these deer still move. Bad. I can actually see it coming over the ridge, so I need to put this camera away now. Nasty. I feel like I'm riding a pole at a rodeo. Literally, I mean, the wind is whipping. I'm hoping it's just a little line going through and it's gonna, you know, kind of just rain itself out, but I don't know how long I'll be able to sit up here when it's like this. Luckily, the wind is directly at my back right now, so this tree is protecting me. We got the camera, the big camera's in the bag because it is not waterproof like this GoPro. I'm literally like hunkered in here, like, look at this. Hunkered in. Luckily I'm strapped to the tree, but if I fall out, I'll just be hanging here in the wind, getting beat to death. Bad. I'll show y'all what it looks like. As long as it doesn't rain too much harder than this, it won't be terrible. But who knows? If it comes through this rain, maybe they'll get the deer on their feet. I'm sticking it out. We're gonna make it happen.
So last night I got completely drenched sitting in the stand. Almost got blown out of the tree. Poured down rain. I couldn't even pull this camera out, but 13 does, I think, is what I finally counted. No bucks. So the big buck we're in here after did not show. The does came out on the other side of this little hill by the ladder stand I was sitting in the other night. So me and Brandon decided to tag team this spot. He is across from me in the ladder. I'm over in the climber. So if this buck comes out, he's going to have to go by one of us. So it's been super slow movement. The weather's been okay. The deer just been locked down. That late October lull here. So we're going to hope that tonight's the night. It's a beautiful night. We're just going to sit here. Hopefully get some great footage. Finally get this buck on the ground. These deer have been like clockwork. It's like 10 after 5 and I can see movement in the trees here. Can't tell what it is, but I see deer, so. Hopefully one of them's him.
All right, y'all, that was a crazy, crazy sit. So we saw over 25 deer. I had 20 of them does, 5 racked bucks. 3 of them were pretty good, and 1 we couldn't tell. We thought maybe he was that big shooter we were in there after, but he just never made an appearance, of course. So tomorrow's the last morning. So this is just a quick trip. Didn't have too long to get it done. The weather kind of got hot on us. It's starting to cool down now, and all of a sudden we are just seeing a ton of deer. So tomorrow morning, it's going to happen.
All right, guys. Last morning in Tennessee, right back where I started on the first morning. That first sit here, I saw 9 deer, and the movement's been crazy. It was either good or terrible. It's one or the other. They kind of had some weather move in. I got drenched the other night, as you saw. We sat there last night, and over 25 deer in the field, 4 bucks. Of course, they came out right at dark. We're at that end of October, into November. They have kind of that lull here. There was some wind. He said that it's not normally windy here, so I think what happened, the wind picked up enough to where it blew acorns on. I mean, every tree here practically is an oak tree, and there were acorns just raining. So when there's that much food falling, we're in that kind of lull phase anyway. Those bucks can hunker down in these thick bottoms where you really can't get to them without blowing them out. So it's part of hunting, but we're going to sit here and keep our fingers crossed, because all it takes is 2 minutes.
All right, y'all, they outsmarted me. So, you know, that's why they call it hunting and not killing. So Brandon called me. We made the quick trip. So we only had a few days to get it done. The weather kind of turned on us. It got hot. There was one day I saw 1 deer, and then the next day I saw 25. So that's just how it goes. But if you guys are looking for an affordable place to come hunting that has a ton of deer and some of the most beautiful woods that you will ever sit in, like that, this place is amazing. We will be back here for sure. Be sure to get with Brandon, Tennessee Hunting Adventures. I'll put all the info down here at the bottom. So in the meantime, I'm going to throw these videos up. Go check those out. Some good deer I killed in Kansas. We are on the way there now. I'm going to try to get it done on another big Kansas buck.